A diss track that called Scoota out and set the streets talking. Scoota fired back with, "They say that I'm crazy," refusing to let the challenge slide. For a minute, the tension between them had Baltimore watching closely, but Scoota never let the beef define his name or his movement. Throughout his rise, Lil Scoota remained unapologetically Baltimore. He often said he was just trying to sound like his hometown. His songs gave the city a new soundtrack and dance that local kids could own. As one columnist put it, he literally gave people a reason to be proud to be from Baltimore. Before the final chapter of his story, his early legacy was clear. A young man who turned West Baltimore's toughest realities into raw anthems for the city. It was supposed to be just another Saturday, June 25, 2016. Scoota had spent the day doing what most wouldn't expect from a rising rapper, hosting a charity basketball game at Morgan State University under a banner that read, "Pray for peace in these streets." It wasn't for clout, it wasn't for cameras, it was for the city, for the youth who looked up to him, for the streets he came from. But by 6:56 p.m., barely a mile from the game, all that hope was ripped apart. As he drove along Moravia Road, headed toward Harford Road, a man stepped into the street and opened fire. 11 shots rang out, ripping through the driver's side window of Scoot's car. He slumped at the wheel. Police rushed to the scene and paramedics raced him to the hospital, but the damage had already been done. Tyrese Scoota Watson was pronounced dead. Just hours after asking Baltimore to pray for peace, he became another headline in his long list of gun deaths. The police didn't sugarcoat it. They called it what it was. Targeted. A hit. Broad daylight in the middle of traffic, just minutes after doing something positive for the community. It was a statement, not a mistake. TJ Smith, the police department spokesman at the time, went on Twitter and said what many were thinking. He entertained many. Now gone, just like that. We are better than this. But Baltimore, once again, was bleeding, and this time it was someone who had actually tried to change the cycle. Scoota's death wasn't just a loss, it was a gut punch to the entire city. Not because he was a rapper, not because he was famous, but because he was real, because he was from it, because he was one of the few voices who could tell the truth about what was going on out here and still be respected by everyone, young, old, street, or square. And now he was gone. The shooting shattered a city already ravaged by violence. In 2015, Baltimore had ended the year with a record 344 homicides, the deadliest year in decades. And by mid-2016, the toll was still climbing, 133 murders by late June. Scoota had risen amid that turmoil as a young man straddling two worlds. He rapped about street life, yet also organized peace rallies and youth lectures. His killing hit home across Baltimore.